All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 37th Modern Day Marine. We've got a lot of special guests here today. So I just, right up front, I'd like to say good morning to Senator Reeves from Virginia. Good morning to our base commander, Colonel Joe Murray. Sergeant Major Overstreet, hoorah! Great to see one of our Sergeant Majors of the Marine Corps. And General Gray is in good shape back there. We see General Gray, one of our former commandants of the Marine Corps. So everybody is special. But I would say let us now please stand for presentation of the colors, because that is most special. Attention, please. March on the colors.
Present colors.
Please remain standing for honors to our guest of honor, Lieutenant General Walsh.
March, forward, march.
Please be seated. All right, so I get a couple of minutes. Whaler and Wendell Webb, the Commandant of the Marine Corps League, said I can talk for about 2 minutes. And again, 37 years of what I consider really a great military exposition, but it's more than just great programs and great equipment. This is where I really like to say to all the great 400 vendors that are here, you're going to see thousands of Marines, soldiers, airmen, sailors, different nationalities will come by your tent, come by your booth. A lot of these young men and young women will probably take off the fabric of our nation sometime and be knocking on your door and going, I'm the world's finest technician, I'm the world's finest repairman, you name it. So to industry, I'd say when you see those young Marines, if they even look at or think about, I'm going to go perhaps into the reserves or go back home eventually, I would just ask you, consider the opportunity to an unbelievably dedicated workforce, an unbelievably loyal and work ethic that you see from our American service members. To put it one step further, they're great, but their spouses equally are great when they go back home. And Wendell Webb can talk a little bit about the Marine Corps League detachments across America. Unbelievably loyal. So ladies and gentlemen, please today enjoy a very, very good military exposition. And also, not only is there some great equipment and programs and resources there are some great charities that are in these tents, A, B, and C. Please stop by and thank all those individuals. A lot of them are spouses of military members and or veterans. Thank those different charities for their great work. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor now to present to you Wendell Webb, our Commandant of the Marine Corps League. Wendell, sir.
First thing I'd like to say is welcome to everyone here. This is very important to our nation as a whole. I am a product of what goes on here at this. I was a warrior at one time. I got out, went into industry. I was still a warrior, but I had a job to do to create the hardware and the tools that our warriors need. I have retired from that. Now I'm in charge of the Marine Corps League. We are the alumni organizations of the Active Duty Corps. We are reaching out, we are reorganizing to take care of the veterans in the local areas. We have reunions every month across the nation and in a lot of foreign countries where we have Marines who have retired. So please help me in the next couple of years to be able to move forward with this organization. I need everyone's help here, from the general staff, which I had the pleasure to brief yesterday. Also from industry, I'm going to be coming to you to asking for help. And then also, the Marines who are getting out in the transition program, we are going forward and take care of Marines forever, because we are always Marines. Thank you for being here.
All right, my great friend, warrior buddy of mine, Whaler Walsh. Okay, so you've got his bio. He's an American hero. But Whaler, when I was an infantryman in Iraq and in Afghanistan, and when I've been in combat, Whaler was that guy that I could call on and say, Whaler, where are you? Where are your resources? No finer love of an individual or a person in life than when you are challenged in a combat environment. Whaler's the person I would call on. Whaler, it's an honor that you are here with us today, sir.
Well, thank you, General Regner, and also to Commandant Wendell Webb. Thank you, sir, and I am a card-carrying member of the Mickey Finn Detachment, so if you haven't joined, please sign up. It's a great organization, and thank the Marine Corps League for putting this together. And also, please, a round of applause for the band and for what they do, and General Murray for his great team. But just overall, this is just a phenomenal event, and welcome to everybody, and thank you for all our industry partners. I'd like to thank General Regner and certainly Wendell Webb for what the Marine Corps League does in bringing this together, putting it together. I'd also like to thank my partner here, Marine Corps Base Quantico, Colonel Joe Murray. Thank you, Joe, for hosting this and putting this all together for us from the base standpoint. Senator Reeves, thank you, sir, for being here. And I also saw Sergeant Major Overstreet, and I think we got Sergeant Major Barrett. There's a few of these guys running around out here laying low, but thank you for all your service. And obviously, where's General Gray in the back? Thank you, sir, the godfather here to all of this. So thank you, General Gray, for watching over us. You know, yesterday afternoon we've got the General Officer Symposium going on right across the street, and the Commandant, senior leaders had a chance to come over here, and I got a sneak preview of this for a couple hours. And I was the guy at the end of the day they had to kick out the door because I wouldn't leave. And that's why I'm back here today, and I'm going to be spending as much time as I can over here, because this really is an opportunity to get over here and see all the great things that we've got going on. And it is, we just spent the morning with the congressional staffers, with the Commandant, and one of the things that just keeps coming across is we've got to accelerate. We've got to go faster. The technology around the globe is changing so fast that we've got to do this and work closely with our industry partners to stay ahead of the game. No better place to do this than Quantico. When you look back at the history of Quantico, I always look at Quantico as such an advantage that we have in the Marine Corps. We're smaller, but we can move fast. We can move fast because our senior leaders, long time ago, put together this place here at Quantico, and it's really one-stop shopping. When you take a look at our concepts in our Futures Directorate over at the Marine Corps Warfighting Lab, that write those concepts that are things that try to take us where we're going in the future. And then we've got our Experiment Division over at the lab, our Wargaming Division, and our Science and Technology Division, which works very closely with our industry partners to see where we're going to take these things and try to rapidly prototyping. And when the lab gets done with it, they turn it over to our requirements officers over at the Capability Development Directorate. And they develop those requirements and start getting the funding and the resources for those programs. And then we turn it over to our acquisition professionals. And I thought I saw General Schrader here. If he's here in the audience, thank you, Joe, for what your pros do and over at PEO Land Systems. And then from there, we train and educate. So TCOM's here, and so it's a circle. This engine of change here at Quantico, you won't see that in any other service, that the advantage that we've got. So I thank all the industry partners for being here. But again, the technology proliferation is moving fast. We see the adversaries moving fast. In a lot of ways, we have had our heads down against a very determined counter-insurgent threat, and now we're starting to see that if we've been watching that, adversaries around the globe have been using a lot of technology to move much faster than we've had. And so now we're trying to play catch up in a lot of areas. And so the advantage of being here at Modern Day Marine, working with our industry partners, with our requirements officers, along with our acquisition professionals, to really see what's out there. See what you're thinking and mix with Marines and get Marines to talk with you and understand what we're thinking. The other thing, last year the Commandant was here, and he talked about, as we rolled out our new Marine Corps operating concept. And he talked about that as we rolled that out. Over the last year, the entire Marine Corps has been focused on the Marine Corps operating concept. And I would tell you, we have now developed Marine Corps Force 2025. We've reorganized structure, we've brought in new capabilities, and we're looking to purchase new equipment to go along with those capabilities that we've got. So the concepts really do drive where we're going, and I can speak for that over the last year as we've built Marine Corps Force 2025. Now the Commandant's going to be over here tomorrow also. So he's going to come here for the Enlisted Awards ceremony, but he's also going to come here and talk to you about a new concept that we've been working on, littoral operations in a contested environment. The Commandant and the Chief of Naval Operations directed us 2 years ago to work on how the Navy and Marine Corps team can work in a much more integrated fashion against higher end threats in littoral contested areas. It's not just all about amphibious landings. It's ship to objective maneuver. It's how we're going to operate with the Navy to conduct sea control and conduct other operations with our Expeditionary Advanced Force operations that we're conducting there. So the Commandant's going to talk about that tomorrow, and you'll be able to hear that. Another concept that rolls out. Last year, like I said, we rolled out a Marine Corps operating concept, and it's moved the force forward. We're hoping this concept that we bring out is also going to move the Navy and the Marine Corps team together. And over the last 2 years, if we've been shaping and writing this concept, we've probably had about 6 different war games. We've been experimenting with this, and we've been adding a lot of technology to see where we want to go. So we've already started to move in that direction with our Navy brothers and sisters on that. So I just kind of would close by saying, for the industry partners that are out there today, reach out to those Marines. We've asked our Marines to get out here and see what you have to offer, what's out there, but to interact. And those Marines, you know exactly what you want. And you can see things out there and have that interaction with our industry partners so you can help us move forward with where we want to go. So with that, again, I thank the Marine Corps League and Modern Day Marine. And with that, I think, General Regner, let's get started.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, we're gonna cut the ribbon here in just a second, but I'm looking right down here at the Sergeant Major Williams, the Base Sergeant Major, and I'm sorry to recognize you front and center, because everything that happens around here happens with a great 3-shop, a great commander, and a great Sergeant Major, as well as a great honor Sergeant, Sergeant Howard, and again over here at the band, Gunny Sergeant Hutzel. So, Sergeant Major, we all know that the officers go stand over here and have something. You make it happen. Thank you very much, sir. We're going to cut the ribbon in just a second. So at this time, I know at 10 o'clock or a little bit after that, Joe Schrader will have the report to industry, sir, right in the main briefing center. And this year, when I think you, sir, your command has really taken another notch. You're going to have the Secretary of the Navy here later on today. The Commandant of the Marine Corps is going to be here today. Some of the seminars are the best seminars that your team has ever put together. So Whaler, I got to tell you, this one's really going to be not just great for industry, but a great professional military education. Sir and Wendell, would you please help me cut the ribbon, open this, and then remain standing after that for our Marine Corps hymn. Sir, let's go cut the ribbon. It does work.